Hey, this is Dave Trains, and this is my layout update number 8. Um, been working pretty hard on the layout the last week, trying to get things completed. Finally got the mountain finished and the first part of the scenery done on it. So let me turn this camera off and show you what's going on, and we'll go from there. Alright, you can see from what's there in front of you as I managed to get the mountain completed and got the first coat of earth, Woodland Scenics earth on this. I painted the base color. It's just a craft paint from Walmart. It's called Nutmeg. That's a little bit lighter color than I did the other part did, and I kind of like that a little bit better. As you can see, I got some bare spots. I've got to work on that some more to get this the first coat in before I go to the blended turf next. One thing I did different, not move this around here a little bit, is the old section that I did. I used some rock molds and used some the Hydrocal, and they turned out real good, but it was the only rock mold I had, and I didn't want to use the same rocks, and I made a bunch and I tried to cut them up, and I just wasn't pleased how it was going to turn out. So what I wound up doing is basically making this mountain like I always did, which is cardboard strips that are hot glued together in place, and then using newspaper and taping that down, and then using plaster cloth and to kind of try to make bumps, make it look like a mountain. And a lot of the areas, the way it turned out, I decided just to paint those as if they were rocks. And they're not as detailed as the Woodland Scenic molds, but I think they turned out really good. And I really wanted it for the back side, which I'll take over there in a minute. But in my mind, they did pretty good. I think once I get the next earth blend on there and then the blended turf, it's going to look pretty good if I get trees and bushes and stuff. One problem I ran into that I'm not quite sure what went on is I got some of the blended turf, the earth portion on my existing layout, and it will not vacuum up, and so now I've got to redo all that. So let me turn this camera off and go to the back side. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for the lighting. That's definitely something I've got to get done, is get some better lighting on the back side of this layout. So let me turn it off and we'll walk around over there and look at that. Okay, that's not some alien creature. It's my desk lamp that I have to run over here when I do any work, because I just don't have any lighting. I've got to get some more fluorescent light or something run up here. It's pretty dark on this back side. But excuse, I'm kind of hand holding it here, but you can see this came out really good. I was quite pleased with it. This is the effect I wanted, was a big rock formation. I ordered some little hitchhikers or just hikers rather, not hitchhikers, but hikers to stand up here and make a little scene. I think will do pretty good. So as you can see, I've still got some bare spots I've got to work on. I was kind of, after I did this, I was kind of disappointed about these original rocks that I did with the aluminum foil. And I went back and tried to lighten them up, and they just wouldn't. It helped a little bit, but not much. So I had basically a couple of choices. I could tear them out and start over, or just leave them. And I went, I guess, the lazy route and left them in there, because I kind of want to get things moving. I've got to take a couple more business trips. It's going to pull me away from it for a while, so I kind of want to get moving now that I've got this mountain done. I can continue on. I did get the bridge abutments and piers painted and weathered. I don't know if you can really tell that or not. I think they turned out pretty good. They're down in the plaster, so they're not moving. I do have to make another pour to even all this out and sand it smooth before I do the water. And then, of course, I've got my little Caddo bridge. I'm going to have to wind up trying to weather that. See if I can do that and not make a mess of it. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to go on about or talk about was the fact about a track plan, which I don't have a track plan. If you see my other videos, you know I'm just kind of freelancing it because I just wanted to run trains. And the more I thought about it, and when my last trip to Mexico at night didn't have much to do, so I sat around and did a ton of drawings, and I decided that to go back to what I wanted to do was to have a railroad that I can run trains continuously and do a lot of switching on. And I got to looking in the area that I live, and back in the late 50s, early 60s, the area that I'm modeling, the town that I live in, this area was really big in furniture. It's probably, second behind the Carolinas, which at that time was #1 in the nation as far as furniture production. So even today, there's still a lot of rail-served industries, and there's a lot of industries. They've tore the plants down, or the plants are still standing, and they still have, rail service to them. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll just make basically two layouts in one. One will be a continuous service all the way around, and then side portion will basically be, an industrial yard, which is this one, which would store cars that need to be picked up by other trains, empties and full containers left off to service the 4 or 5 industries had here. And then I'm going to bring that around. That'll be my little town over there with 2 or 3 industries over in it. I really don't want this giant mess of spaghetti, but I'd like to have some some switching opportunities, and to keep things fresh and enjoy playing around with this little railroad that I'm building. From past that, over here somewhere, I think I'm going to put in one large industry. I haven't quite decided. There have been several that are still here, and a few that have bit the dust, so to speak, over the years. But during the time that I'm modeling, they were booming. And of course, I've still got quite a bit of room to maneuver to the back end of the bedroom. And, I have to decide, this closet over here, which still got a ton of stuff in it for my daughter, do I tear this out? And, that's going to give me quite a bit more space. Because I would really like to have either a small yard or a staging area for trains. But that's way down the road. I'm just moving from, I've got to get this area first, and then I'll move on down to the little storage area or service area right here, and then just keep moving right until we get there. As always, I appreciate you watching, and if you like what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell so you get notifications of future videos, and hit that thumbs up button. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and you have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.